Hey everybody, this is the RBComics channel. This is actually a pre-recorded stream where we're going to be looking at MerMay. We actually did this a few years ago, but we skipped last year because one, it was not a great year.
Not that this year is any better.
Well, we're trying to get it. We're trying to get there. Also, the prompts weren't really that interesting.
Yeah. Like, we managed to, squeeze some interesting stuff out of the prompts this year, so, here we are.
And here today, it's going to be hosted by me. I'm Crimson Glow. How you doing?
Oh, my name is Maurice. I'm kind of a little buzzed right now. So,
Hi, I'm Brea McCoy, also known as Apple Poisoneer. And a good glub to you all.
Glub. Are you being buzzed on seawater a little bit? Is that what's going on?
Oh no, I'm just edibles.
Getting uplifted on the fugu fish venom.
Fugu fish.
That's a legit thing that dolphins do. Dolphins get each other high.
They get high off of the fugu?
Yeah. They don't care.
Speaking of playing with pulses, so it's the prompts this year we actually were able to get through. If you saw this before it came out on YouTube, then that probably means that you're on Patreon, where we actually post a lot of things there when we can, anything from scripts to work in progress art to NSFW work that isn't necessarily allowed for the public, but we try our best to put out for our patrons. Make sure to like, subscribe, and to keep checking us out whenever we can. So, this is, you actually wanted to do this first, RB.
Yes.
So, first of all, let me hear your process on this real quick.
Well, I guess sure. First of all, what was your prompt?
Oh yeah, that's probably the more important thing.
Yes, my prompt was supposed to be goth.
It was like beach goth, wasn't it?
Wear. Yeah.
Beach goth. Yeah, beach goth or something. I picked beach goth because I thought why not, and it took me a couple of days to come up with the processes of how to make this look right. Because I can't just it's just a goth chick with a fishtail. That'd be boring to me. So I need something a little different. So one day I was watching through some true crime videos, and I say Manta Ray, perfect.
What true crime video were you listening to that Manta Ray's got involved?
Something Steve Irwin.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Now I'm sad.
Goth Manta Ray. So I did that. Yeah.
All right, let me post it down here because I actually have seen everybody's artwork, but here in the oh shit, where'd it go? Oh god, there we go.
You lost it already?
No, I didn't lose it. I didn't lose anything. I'm gonna just post here into the call chat real quick. Damn, it's a big ass file.
I was kind of shocked how big it was, so that why I compressed it earlier today.
All right, here is our final result in the chat. There we go.
Voila.
Honestly, this was not what I was expecting from.
Yeah.
Like this was sick.
Yeah, I was very surprised. Like, not, at the quality, because you always do good work.
Yeah.
But, just at the subject matter.
Yeah, I was fully expecting, like, some Winona Ryder, Beetlejuice, on the beach with, like, the umbrella. But, like, I'm so glad that you went in this direction.
Beetlejuice.
What did I say?
No, I said Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Hey everybody! Finally, Beetlejuice goes Hawaiian. You happy?
Oh man!
We have to get tropical in here.
We have to get tropical. And
you went to a totally different fucking song, I think.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so that was a piece of work. I try to make her more fish-like. Like hot take, I kind of want mermaids to look more fish-like than human, but with fishtail and such. So
Fair.
that's why
Honestly,
I put more
valid.
emphasis on making her more inhuman, like make her skin paler, have black eyeballs with purple pupils. If you zoom in a little carefully, have almost no eyebrows, and just have her quote unquote hair also be the manta fin.
Right.
We should probably be, playing the video as we're talking about
We
it.
can.
Otherwise,
We can.
we're
The only reason why I'm not playing it yet is because I need to turn down the audio last time. Because when I played it, let's see the feedback real quick as we continue to. Oh my god! Of course, you're this extra.
I fucking love it. I love it so much.
Oh god! All right, so let me hear the some other processes that you went through with this, sir.
Pretty much I use a lot of synchronization tool, just like make sure it's like all neat and even and such when she does the pose. So I'm like, she's kind of like flying instead of swimming because I always see the manta ray as wings, so I try to come like a steady flow to it in the line.
The majestic sea flap flap.
Majestic sea flap flap.
I don't know what those floppy things manta rays got, but yeah.
I think they are
they're
called
like
wings.
Oh, maybe they are, but okay, at the Omaha Zoo, you can actually feed manta ray,
Yeah.
and it's nuts. Like they're really weird, but they're oddly nice. Like normally, or at least the ones at the zoo are. Like I suppose you can't really judge the ones in the wild by the ones at the zoo, but like they're the doofiest fucking creatures in the sea.
It's gonna be falling over, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the scale pattern that you decided to use with this too.
Oh, you know
I like that the tail looks like a fleur-de-lis.
It does. The only thing I have to point out, and this, I only just realized this now, the hands are backwards. Of course you have to be the most extra.
That's pretty fantastic.
It's great though.
I appreciate that you used that kind of color palette too, especially because I've been begging and pleading for you to put that mermoose Cartoon Network bumper pattern out for the summer, because I really want a majestic stupid moose mermaid summer thing,
like a tank top
or something.
Yeah, honestly though, I could see it on a beach towel.
A beach towel would be sick. I think it would probably have to be
so
cropped
cool.
a little bit because it is in a square rather than a rectangle, or at the very least it has to be put into a pattern.
There's something like that, yeah, but it looks very summerific.
Originally for the color palette for the manta ray, it's supposed to be the standard red, white, and black, right? But I felt that was too easy. So I chose more darker, cooler color like purple. So I thought very, very dark purple will work great for it, and there you have it.
I am also very glad that you didn't go straight black with it, because a lot of people tend to think that if you use black, it's just going to make it look dark and mysterious, and it's really great for dramatic lighting and nothing else.
Yeah, sometimes it ends up just coming off as really flat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was kind of worried about that, so that's why I add the scale patterning for the texture and add extra shade so it will look so it will pop out a little better within the finished piece of the image itself.
All right, so who wants to go next?
I go next.
Okay. So what was your prompt?
Okay. My prompt was cabaret. So rather than doing one mermaid, I thought doing an entire chorus line of them would work better, because I feel like a cabaret with just one dancer is fucking sad. And we're not low rent around here. We're either all the rent or no rent. So I spent entirely too much time drawing each individual mermaid. And I last year, last time we did this anyway, I did a more inhumanoid mermaid, because at the time of doing it, I can't remember what it was that I was really angry about. But when I'm really angry, I just want like copious amounts of gore. And there's definitely a lot to be angry about right now. But at the time of doing the cabaret mermaid piece, I really like wasn't.
First of all, this is the image too. Like this is gorgeous.
Whee!
I love. First of all, I want to talk about like how much I love the different body types. We got them titties.
Well, that's something we also don't have a shortage of here, in RBComics.
Nope, never.
But
cool.
Okay, so sorry, what?
Oh, cool. I kind of like use the extra bit of the 3D model to be the drop shadow for later. I kind of like that part.
I actually did ended up taking that out just because, but
I thought you would use it for a drop shadow later, but okay.
Like normally I do. Normally I do, but for this one I didn't, and a lot of that actually is because I based my entire process and like final outcome for this thing on a French painter, Toulouse-Lautrec. I don't know, anyway, so he worked he worked mostly in watercolor, but he used a lot of like mixed media, so I used the like grease pencil and all of that, but I had attempted to use like my watercolor brushes and to do like as best as I could to like replicate the watercolor look for this digitally, which was honestly really tough. And I think if I was doing a true like study of Toulouse-Lautrec, I probably shouldn't have been able to just like erase stuff the way that I did, but I did. So honestly, because it just makes my life easier, admittedly.
I really enjoyed. I really enjoy like the implied background, especially with like the seaweed in the ground and like the different gradients of water, and like how your sand isn't necessarily like yellow. It's like almost like a light sky blue almost.
Yeah. So like one thing that he did a lot of work on cardboard. And basically just like let the color of the cardboard be the color of his background, and he might like occasionally put other things in the background, but like he was not focused on background anything, or like if he did a background, it was just more like out of necessity than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of leaned into that by just like putting some rocks and implied seaweed here and there, and like just let the focal point be the cabaret dancers, swimmers, whatever.
Right.
And another thing that I really took to heart from like studies of his work, like through documentaries and stuff, was that he always had kind of like a lot of like drama between characters in his pieces. So like as you kind of see the way that things are developing here, obviously some of these don't have faces yet, and some of them have just disappeared altogether and they'll come back in, but like it sort of ends up telling a little bit of a story of like maybe a slightly less choreographed dance than some of these mermaids would have liked, I think. But more importantly, I think it's just really difficult to try and dance in a straight line in the water. I don't care if you have a fishtail or not, like you're not gonna move at the same speed.
I love the fact that the one at the very end is going like bombastic side eye.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like the one in blue is like scooched way too close to her, so she's got like practically her whole hand in, her whole arm practically in her hand. And they just kind of spread out a little further like as the line goes down. So that one, okay, the one that I'm working on now actually reminds me just like a tiny bit of Eartha Kitt. So like I ended up just kind of giving her that like curly, like greased look hairstyle, and
kind of well, Devin don't like Shinbone Alley, Eartha Kitt.
No,
It kind of reminds me of, oh god, who is that one, that one...
Like Agent Honeydew.
I was gonna say that she kind of looks like the historical French spy that was like a dancer, and she was known for this haircut, and like she would just have like the fastest dancing around. I also like that you try to because it looks so kind of chaotic with everybody's expressions. It's like it's kind of going like, I'm oblivious, and then there's these other two that going like, this bitch right now needs to
right? Yeah.
She decided to skip out on fucking practice because of this fucking prima donna.
Yeah. Yeah, she does have this look like, girl, what?
Girl, we practiced this. Oh wait, that's right. You didn't come to any of the rehearsals.
Yeah.
I also like that you didn't limit yourself to like maybe more realistic colors for like fish, just generally.
No, like I wanted them to look maybe a little bit more realistic, but like not, super fanciful. Okay, so like the only one that I ever actually looked at any sort of a fish reference for was this yellow one over here, because like honestly, I needed something else, because yellow just doesn't look right on its own to me. Like, oh look, I have yellow lips and yellow fingernails, and I look like I have some kind of weird like liver failure jaundice problem. And so I kind of turned her into a like yellow-tailed tuna looking fish. So if you'll notice, like her starfish also have like blue speckles.
I did notice that actually.
Like, tie that in so that there's like a little bit more there. And like, yeah, all of the others have a pretty, solid monochromatic color pattern, but I felt like the yellow needed something to be multi-faceted.
Right.
She also accidentally ended up looking like a very young Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
I was gonna say she kind of looks she kind of looks like this is what happened after Sophia the First. like this is Sophia the First in like a Little Mermaid area when she's like older, and they were like, hey, do you want to go to a show?
Speaking of that though, like I feel like Crimson's gonna enjoy this more than anyone. But like, just to keep the mermaids straight, their names are Alana, Arista, Aquana, Atina, Adela, and there is no Ariel.
Oh my god.
I just think this is a pretty good piece. Again, I legitimately thought I was expecting to drop shout in the image at some point, but I do like the three-dimensionality of the image, and the fact that you made the right call of actually making it look like a goddamn cabaret dancing image, so just a singular cabaret dancing. Singular cabaret, that makes no sense.
Like there are single cabaret performances. I've seen them.
Yeah.
That makes it lame.
Like,
fuck every cabaret person who does solo acts.
I mean, a lot of the time they might be, doing a song or like doing a, striptease or whatever, but like normally the first thing that, people think of when they hear the word cabaret is the can, or, yeah, exactly. So, like, or just these big lines of chorus girls. Yeah, I figured there's like just enough uniformity to tie them together, but like not so much that it's gonna just make them all look the same.
All right, I guess that's me. So before I show you guys the image, do you guys remember a few years ago for Mermaid? I think it was either after or during COVID. I had done an image of a strawberry cheesecake mermaid. So a little backstory for it. I did this during an art class, and I actually showed this to my teacher. My prompt was sweet, and I cheated a little bit. I did two prompts. One of it was sweet, and the other one was redraw. The one thing that I never really liked about this piece is the fact that it doesn't necessarily look like a cheesecake mermaid unless I like actually said something. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like strawberries and cream. There we go.
To remind the room, I am the blind.
I am the blind.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I can kind of see how it mostly just looks like a strawberries and cream kind of.
Yeah, it doesn't really have the cheesecake part of it, even though like I guess the cheesecake would have been like the mermaid.
Yeah, the pose.
The pose was the cheesecake all along.
It's a fin-up girl.
It's a fit-up girl. Yeah, actually, fun fact, that is actually where this reference is from a pinup of a mermaid in American traditional tattoo styles. And I decided to redraw it. And I'm going to make sure everybody knows this is fucking cheesecake.
Oh, yep, there she is.
There she is. It is a cheesecake now, motherfuckers.
Sweet sequel.
Yeah, it's a cheesecake part 2. Also, I want to point out, this thing was hard to make. It shows only like the few attempts I made in this, and for some reason it's decided to be like as small as humanly possible, but fuck it.
It looked like a pumpkin pie at first.
It shows this version of the cheesecake, but like off screen I have at least like 3 works in progress of this same cheesecake in different angles, and like some with bites out of it, some with no bites out of it. Like trying to figure out how this motherfucker is supposed to lay on this goddamn piece of cake.
Did you ever like maybe think about using the like primitive triangle to?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Like it's part of it was like proportions. The other part was like part of it was proportions. The other parts was the fact that I was trying to get it to still look like it was somewhat lineless, and like it looked and it still looked squishy, because I didn't want her to look like this was also my first time playing with a lot of like a lot of girl. I had more of the squishy, she thickums, and I wanted to show that through, and like the first problem that showed up with, you wouldn't think it was, but you know what it ended up being? It was the fact that I didn't know how to put this damn person on a piece of cake.
Mm.
That was the struggle.
That's hilarious.
And then I was just like, fuck it. I'm thinking way too far into this. Just make the stupid thing. As I'm spinning
so
all
cute,
over the
though.
screen.
Like my absolute favorite part of this, I think, not just the pose that she is, recumbent on this, delicious piece of cheesecake. But I think my favorite part of it is that you effectively made seashell bra cups out of sliced strawberry, rather than just like slapping some berries on her and calling it a day, or like
it's very
just
clever.
Or just putting polka dots on a itsy bitsy teeny weeny red polka dot bikini. But yeah, like that's strawberry.
Like, what's even better, like if you look at between the cups, it's actually like pieces of graham cracker.
Oh, that's awesome! I did not see that.
Dang it.
That's
I didn't know that
great.
either. All right.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's so funny that like every woman you draw is ripped out of her fucking mind. Like just the like obviously, mermaids being muscular is not like a new or unreasonable thing, since they gotta swim around.
They live on the water.
Yeah, for real. But like just like every woman you draw, I swear, has that like 6-pack rockin'.
That was so funny because I was trying to make her have like a little bit of a gut. Like it's one of those like guts where it's just like it's squishy, but it's like because like she has like a little bit of a love handle there. But also I like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a total hypocrite. I have the floppy, but like she has like I loved. I think what I liked about this piece and what I didn't like, I liked those small edits I did. Like I put like more like strawberry in her hair. She looks a little gooier. Her tail
There's
looks
like a gentle pink gradient to the cream cheese and the cheesecake.
Yeah, right. And like the leaf, if you notice, there are also like leaves on the side as well. This is a very intricate bra.
Yeah.
And I think what I wish I had done more for this is maybe that I kept like more of that aquaticness, because I feel like the previous piece has like more of that like in under the water kind of feeling, where it's like a little more free and like liquidy. But I also just really like also the hand. I probably would have fixed that hand, but otherwise, like, I just really like that this is a nice edited piece, and I can't wait to show it. Also, the cheesecake looks delicious. I want to nom.
I'm not normally a fan of strawberry, but it does look pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Anyway, what?
Also, your color got a lot better too, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, looking between the two of them, there's like a variety of color. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, as far as it not being, super aquatic, I think, the theme that you chose, like, if you had tried to do something aquatic with it, I think it would have been too much, because typically people aren't just like tossing pieces of cheesecake into the sea.
But yeah, like this was I think this one needed the update, honestly, and I'm really happy with like the graham cracker crust and like the cheesecake. Is it my best piece ever? Probably not. Will I probably look back at this and redraw it another 8 different times? Most likely. That is kind of our MerMay. I'm really proud of how we were able to get these ones done. I actually do a lot of MerMays on my own Twitch channel. I need to post them more on my YouTube. But does anybody else want to promote something for the RBComics channel, such as our Zoutoir that's coming out, our Zoutoirs that are coming out, our Cinescenchi?
Does anyone else want to promote something? Continues to promote.
Shut up!
Also, we have a recent release of a Stupid Moose Blender model.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true.
He's all bulgy now.
He's all bulgy.
He's bulgy.
Hey, I can see my own butt!
Yes, yes you can, Mr. Moose.
And everyone will know that he has a tail now. But okay, so just a couple of things that I'd like to promote. We're making great progress on the first issue of the Cinescenchi comic, both in the audio portion and the drawing portion, because as of right now it's just me drawing it, so I'm going as fast as I can. But like eventually, my game plan for that is to get that out, have people be able to watch it as like a limited motion comic, and then while that's making the rounds, to actually animate it and put out like an animated pilot. Also, if anybody's following me on any of my social medias, I've been doing Fusion Fridays every Friday. So like if you ever wanted to see Captain America or Cinderella as Captain America, or Cruella de Vil as a xenomorph, I got you covered.
I loved that. I loved that one.
He's wearing a Chewbacca fur coat.
And RB, you got something?
No, that was it. That was it. The Blooder Mono.
Okay. The Blooder model is still super cool. It is. I want to squish his little belly.
I'm surprised my usual art style was able to translate as well as it did.
Honestly, same.
Yeah, like it definitely looks better in 3D than, say, the what Chartman does. I'm just thinking of the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour now. And